What is up, people? What is up, people? What is up, people? It is your boy MM2K back again with another Stadia live session. Glad to see you guys all here. You ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. It's been a very long weekend for me. And I'm glad to be back to be talking about some Stadia news. Can't wait to get into these topics today. But let me give a shout out to everybody that is here already. Shout out to, oh man, hey, Alakazam, how did you let this scoundrel get first? This dude, Amunar. What's up, Amunar? Where you been at, bro? Homie Amunar's first, and then Alakazam, as always. Alakazam's really first. We're gonna give Amunar the sham today, right? My homie Goulet in the house. What's going on, man? Another big time supporter. Thank you so much. Who else we got in the house? We got Shot G in the house. What's going on, Shot G? How you, man? How you been? Good to see you again. We got Gamer Boy 2005. Good to see you as always. Thank you, my good friend. And Castle Runner. I don't think I've seen you for a moment. What's going on? How you been? Good to see everybody here. Hey, do me a huge favor because I haven't been live. I know I dropped a video earlier today. I'm talking about a lot of today's news, but if you could do me a huge favor as well. Can let everybody know that we're live. Hit that button. Let everybody know that we're live. I want to do something real quick too, and I want to share just a few quick stories because I only got an hour to go over everything, and I don't want to do what I normally do. You know what I'm saying, which is just run my mouth, blah 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 blah. You know, all MM2K. I know some of y'all enjoyed a little bit, but I do want to again get to the crash of a full-fledged open mic the way it's supposed to be. Does that say 1.5? I gotta fix that. Why does that say 1.5? That is nuts. That actually says 1.5. This is the 25th. Ain't going back in time. All right, there we go. We fixed that. That should be fixed real time for you folks. That's it. 1.5. I'm losing it. It's been a long weekend. So I also want to apologize firsthand. They're building now it's a smart condo next to me. I didn't realize it was a smart condo until my wife pointed out. She said, "Hey, you see all those solar panels and stuff on it?" I said, "Oh, I didn't know that." In my area, there is a crap load of smart houses going up, several of them. We're looking for a house, but I'm not, I don't know much about smart houses. And I don't have anything against them. I don't know nothing about them. I know they're supposed to be so efficient or whatever. And I definitely need a house. So there was one particular smart house that we were looking at, but those things up front, they're not cheap. And I live by Google. That's another disclaimer. I live by Google for this live. So Google, as far as like integration with the community, and join us live as we cover today's big topics. As far as their integration with the community, they do some things. They're quiet about it. And one of their quiet influences, I know because I got an aunt that's on the council board, and I know a lot of people. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit there and lie like I'm not active in the community. I just want to be left alone. But I know, and I mingle with a lot of people that are active in the community, council people and so forth. And these new smart houses, if you don't know what they are, they're like these houses that run off like solar energy. They run off of a lot of energy saving initiatives, solar energy and all that other stuff. And really living in them is very cheap. You know what I'm saying? Like the electricity and stuff, your electric bill, you don't have one. Basically, from what I understand, gas bill, everything is super cheap. But that cost, I don't want to say the entire cost because utilities can be expensive, especially in the wintertime. But those costs that you're not receiving month to month, a portion of that is front loaded in the cost of the house. So these houses are not cheap. We got homie, bro. It's Lay's Gaming in the house. What's up? Shared and liked already. I appreciate that. Use Wild's credit card to buy a smart house. I wish I could. Where do I live? I'm in Pittsburgh, PA, man. I'm in Pittsburgh, PA. Steeltown, even though I'm not a Steelers fan. I get a lot of flack about that. I used to be a Steelers fan up until 93. It was 92, 93. Those that are football fans, y'all familiar with Barry Foster and Neil O'Donnell. And it broke my heart when Stan Humphries of the San Diego Chargers, I don't know if there's Chargers fans in here, but Stan Humphries of the San Diego Chargers, they came into Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh were the favorite, and they came in there and beat them at the AFC Championship, man. That broke my heart. I was never a Steelers fan after that. Now, I think the following year, they actually went to the Super Bowl, or a couple of years, they went to the Super Bowl against Dallas and barely lost. That's when Neil O'Donnell threw those 2 interceptions. But I ever since then, I left. And Joe Montana has always been my favorite sports player of all time. If you don't know who Joe Montana is, he's the former quarterback of the 49ers, won them several Super Bowls, I think 3 or something like that. Won them 3 Super Bowls. I think one of the smartest sports players of all time. He knew where you were. He was so smart. He studied every route so thoroughly, understood how his receivers ran, understood how the defense could hold. He was so smart that he didn't have to look. That's what made him so effective. He didn't have to look at you at all when you were running your route. He counted the time, and as the time went away, as he was counting, he knew exactly where you would be at on the field. And he would just go, okay, just take a quick glance and just throw it to you. He was that smart. And then he became a quarterback of the Kansas City Chiefs because he kept getting hurt. And then there was Steve Young. They had another great quarterback, Steve Young. That was fresh and healthy. And then he had what Joe Montana didn't have. He had an ability to scramble. So they got rid of Joe Montana, and he went to the Chiefs. And then when I saw Joe Montana go to the Chiefs, and then Marcus Allen, former running back of the Raiders, go to the Chiefs, I was like, I guess the Chiefs will be my team. And I've stuck with the Chiefs ever since 1994. And it's been a long, long road because they just won a Super Bowl. They won Super Bowl one. Super Bowl one was them versus Green Bay, and they won that first one. And I think did they win that one? I can't remember. But it's been a long road for Kansas City Chiefs fans. So Alec is asking to use his wife's credit card. Amador, ex-San Diego Chargers. Yeah. He said, you got to stick with your seat. No, man. No, I can't stick with those. See, here's the problem with Pittsburgh. Up until, and I thought this year they were going to change that. But here's the problem with Pittsburgh. The problem with Pittsburgh is that they pressure you with defense. The linebackers, everything, 90% of the Steelers' success up until I want to say this year was all on the linebackers. And the linebackers opened everything up. The linebackers would come and rush the quarterback or stop the run. And then you would go off the field, 1, 2, 3. There would be endless 3 and outs. And that would wear out your defense. And that's how the Steelers would win. But by playoff time, the best of the best, they've watched tape. They figured out your offense. They know how to stop the blitz. And you had nobody else on your defense that was that good. And after the 93 season, they didn't invest in anybody real effectively on defense except linebackers. I mean, they had Troy Polamalu. Troy Polamalu was great tackling and things like that, and he was a very fast guy, but he wasn't the greatest cover guy. I'm talking about cover people. Steelers had the best cornerback tandem, I think, in NFL history with Cornell Lake and Rod Woodson. Cornell Lake was one of the best defensive players of all time. Look him up. Great player of the 90s. and they stopped investing them and just stuck with the linebackers and stuff like that, and they would always get so close. And I saw that the writing was on the wall, and I said, you know what, I'm tired of this. They broke my heart that 93 playoffs that they lost to the San Diego Chargers. They broke my heart, so I left and I went to Kansas City. So that was my thing. Shout out to Chris in the house, my homie Charles Aran, and Charles says Huntsville. SL, my hometown, is a techie city. We have Google data. Yeah, me, it sounds just like me. We have a Google data center. I can walk to Google. Google is a 10-minute walk from my house. I can walk to Google. And they have like a real quiet influence on our community. So, yep. Great stuff. All right. Enough with the football talk. Y'all ain't come here for that. But I was glad to see everybody. I want to remind everybody, too, this is an open mic. What this is all about is me highlighting you all and what you have to say. But a lot of times I get distracted because I'm trying to keep up with you guys. Then I'm trying to get the video and then there's articles and stuff that I read. And then y'all know the deal. I just get into my rants. That's just me skating around the big 500-pound gorilla in the room. Is that I get into my rants, right? So because I get into my rants, I often miss some great comments because I'll go back and I'll watch and I'm like, dang, that was a great comment. I missed that. If you want to make sure, if you got a great comment or a great thought and you want to make sure that I don't miss it, hit that super chat button. I'll read it immediately. It pops up on the screen like, blah. Pops up on the screen. I can see it. Stops me dead in my tracks, and it helps me go over your comment. Also, if you opine, you're gonna get great content. We got a join button below. If you hit the join button, that'll give you access to our member community, Stadia Dosage News member community, where you get extra content. Our 3 biggest pieces of content for members only is the Stadia Dosage SSC podcast after party, which we had a great one this past week. We have something that I call Channel Talk, where we go over our previous week. So that should be airing pretty soon. And then we also have something called My First Look. And I think My First Look is going to be, we're gonna hold that for Journey to the Savage Planet. So that'll be on My First Look this week. So definitely if you want to be part of that content, if you want that extra content, definitely hit that join button, look at the appropriate tier so you can get access to it. And we appreciate you for all your support. So therefore, like I said, we try to put out as much content as possible for everybody's listening and viewing pleasure. Thank you to the homie Chris. He says, whoa, 17 watch. Don't forget to hit that like button and let us smash the likes. I appreciate that, Chris. Thank you so much. All right. Let me do this one last thing, and then we're going to get into this stuff. If I can find the damn Discord. Where's the Discord at? What a Discord? What a Discord at? I hate when it does that. Okay, there we go. All right. So the Discord is right there. Let me drop this here. I'll drop this here. Let everybody know that we're live. And the Stadia. Who else? Here. While I'm doing this, I want to share something with you all real quick. Shout out to the homie player, Eddie Player One. Eddie, if you watch SSC this past Friday, you would have seen where we talked about the Razor Kishi and the Hammerhead Bundle being on sale. If you don't know what that is the Razor Kishi's that controller, and they got them for Android and iOS. That, it's not a Bluetooth controller, but it connects to your phone, and you got to have a USB-C phone. Just so you're aware, your phone has to have a USB-C port. Can't have a micro SD port or whatever other Android ports there are. It has to have a USB-C port. So, I picked up the controller, and I picked up the Hammerhead wireless buds, which they're phenomenal. They're great buds. Now that bundle together is normally $130 something. thanks to Eddie Player One, he and others, he on our show Friday helped show that they're massively discounted to $50. So I was at Walmart yesterday and I picked mines up. And it, oh man, I love it. Now I'm running into some problems. The reason why I brought this up is I am running into some problems, and I'm wondering if anybody else is running into these problems where I can't get the controller. My phone recognizes that there's a controller, but it's not recognizing the button mapping correctly. So as I'm trying to play Stadia, the buttons really aren't working the way that they're supposed to. So I'm wondering if anybody else is experiencing that. Also, yeah, and it doesn't work on Stadia or GFN. I tried GFN on my phone; it's not working. So if you guys have any clues or any tips or anything like that that can help me out, yeah, $50, $50, and I got that. They're moving quick too. So check out your local Walmart if you're in the vicinity of a Walmart. They're heavily discounted. And they're still, and the funny thing is that they're being discounted heavily at Walmart. Sam's, which is owned by the same group, still has them at like $130. I think they only took them down like $3. So something with Walmart. Since I went through hell with all the other BS controllers, yeah, I don't like the other controllers as much as I like that one. That one is cool, you know. It's just that I can't get it to work with Stadia or GFN on my phone. So again, if you all know what the problem could be, I know there's an update that has to be done, but then I'm having difficulty doing the update. So I'm wondering if there's a way I can connect it to my computer and do it manually. So I don't know, but yeah. So let me know. I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right. With that said, let's do this, y'all. Hold on. I want to put up my notepad. Uh-oh. That's the calculator. We don't need that right now. I won't need the calculator right now. Come on. Come on, baby, baby. Come on, baby, baby. Come on. All right, y'all. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the big news today, and that is Madden. Madden is now coming to Stadia with an official date. We knew this Madden was coming, but we didn't know the official date. So for those of you that don't know the complete story, let's see if I can pull it up. You know how we do around here. I think I got it right here. Let me show you something. Goes the story right here. So this is a press release from EA, and it states Electronic Arts and NFL announces Snoop Dogg, Marshawn Lynch, and more to compete in Pro Bowl, the Madden NFL 21 edition presented by Verizon. If you don't know what Madden is American football simulation game. It's huge. One of the top tier games here in the States. It gets numbers like Call of Duty numbers and stuff like that. Big thing here. It's kind of like how FIFA is globally everywhere else. That's what Madden is here. And really, it's the biggest title to come to Stadia. Now, granted, Madden dropped, I think, August of 2020. So it's coming like, what, 5 or 6 months after the fact. But the thing here, and I've had some discussions on Twitter and some other places too, because I know a lot of our comrades out of the US, they don't understand how Madden is engaged here. Madden, for one, is engaged all year round, because of their campaign, their simulation, the 30-year campaign mode, right? Well, I don't know. I've heard some things where the 30-year campaign mode may not still be there. I haven't played Madden in a while, but when I was deep into Madden, you could play 30 years of campaigns in Madden, and then there's a career mode and all these other modes, right? That keep you going, playing it year after year after year. You get new players, you trade in new players, all this other stuff, recruit from college, all this stuff, right? So it's something that people they don't say, oh, the football season's over, I'm done with Madden. They play it all year round until the next Madden comes out, right? Now, again, granted, it's coming several months later here to the platform, but it's being launched with this Pro Bowl edition. It's a special Pro Bowl edition. It's coming right before the Super Bowl. So as you can imagine, there's going to be a lot of anticipation and excitement of people that are going to want to play this game right before the Super Bowl. I want to be Patrick Mahomes. I want to be the GOAT Tom Brady, whatever the case may be, So that's how big it is. It may sound silly outside of the States, but that's how big it is inside of the States. Another thing too, and another great point that was brought up, but again, I know there's that lack of unfamiliarity with Madden globally because American football just ain't that big everywhere else. I mean, it's we're starting to see some growth in Europe and some other places. I think China too, or something like that, or Japan, but it's not like FIFA, right? So another thing too that it's been brought up is the next gen versions are going to be more desired than this. And I'm here to tell you that one of the things with Madden is that even though Madden is popular, it's mired in controversy. Mired in a lot of controversy. Why is that? Because ever since EA, and again, I apologize if you hear all the noise in the background. EA is known for dialing down the amount of creativity that they've added to the game or to the franchise ever since they bought out competition. A big competitor to this game or to EA's version of football was, or American football, was 2K's version of American football. They came out with a football game called NFL 2K5 that was considered the greatest simulation football game of all time. It's so great that people still update it every day. Like there's a version that you can get for PC. They've upgraded it to 4K resolution. They upgrade the rosters and all this. They do all this stuff on their own and do it through modding and all types of stuff. And people enjoy it. They still enjoy it. And NFL 2K, because of the presentation and the accuracy of the AI, as far as like, oh, Johnny just ran for 15 yards and did all this stuff. It was uncanny. It was never seen before. Chris Berman and company there, you've never seen that level of detail that was put into NFL 2K5 in any other sports game since then. Never. You haven't. Not even from 2K themselves. In any other game have you ever seen that level of detail. It was just uncanny. They went all stop. And what Madden did in response is they went to the NFL. First time it was ever done, because the NFL didn't have exclusivity licenses, but Madden EA went to the NFL and said, hey, for $300 million, which was a lot at that time, $300 million, let us exclusively make football games. And they bought out the competition. And then I think signed a deal with ESPN too, where only they can make ESPN football games. Use ESPN cash and never attempted to do anything with it, but just to shut 2K out. So EA has been mired in controversy as far as Madden is concerned because of that. And that in response has a lot of people not feeling super great about this. But despite that, it doesn't matter because the vast majority of casuals, they love Madden still. They love it still. They play it every year and they love it. They get angry at it. Oh man, this this sucks, this is trash, whatever, descriptions they want to use for it. Doesn't matter. They still buy it and they still play it emphatically. So let's read some of this headline here. But before we do that, let's get into some of these comments. Amador says, and they're going to play it on play it on consoles. They're gonna play it on consoles too, yeah. Charles Rand says there is also an iPhone version without going through Brooksy. My Walmart says $90. Yeah, there is an iPhone version, but I'm gonna let you guys know that the Walmart, and I could have just been the area where I'm at, where it could just be, Androids are more popular than iPhones where I'm at. But when I picked mines up, there were like 10 iPhone versions and only one Android version left. I got the last Android version. I went to the Walmart closest to me, like a 15-minute drive. Wasn't there. I was upset. Like, dang, like I'm probably not going to find this thing. And then went to another Walmart out in a place called Pittsburgh Mills. Drove there. That's like a 30-minute drive, and found it there, and I was ecstatic. So yeah, the Android version, but the reason why I brought that up is both versions, the Android version and the iPhone version, Charles, they were both $50. So just some food for thought. So just get the Stadia controller. Here's the thing. I want to be able to play on the go, and I'm not a touch control. Like, I was somewhere the other day, and one of the kids there, they were playing a football game on there, and they were using the touch controls on their phone. And man, these kids are great with those touch controls. I'm an old geezer. I can barely bend my fingers, let alone do some touch control. You know what I'm saying? So I need help. I need help. So I want to. It's a great peripheral to have to play games on the go. Game's a little bit more complicated, like Cyberpunk 2077. That's the first game I pulled up when I connected my Razer keychain. For some reason, I just can't get it to work. So I'm hoping I can find some way around that. It's Lax Gamer says EA Sports is definitely ish now. A days back, 3 years ago, their games were awesome. Not so much. Yeah, I would say even longer than that. Their games have pretty much, beyond the casual appeal, they haven't been the greatest about that. And that's why they had to cancel live. They just don't. They lack the innovation in the sports area that they used to have. I can't speak for FIFA. I don't play FIFA. But they don't have the innovation that they used to have. So it's definitely a shame to see that there. He said, "You sound 30." Yeah, I wish. Nah, brother. You're 3/4 of the way there. I'll put it like that. Christopher Torres in the house. What's going on, brother? What is going on? How you been, man? Good to see you as always. Another supporter of the platform. So let's read a little bit of this, y'all. It says, play Madden NFL 21 for free across all platforms, including launch on Google Stadia starting January 28th. We're going to go to some more Stadia related stuff because I don't want to, bore you guys with all the other stuff. I'll leave a link to this article down below. It says fans can continue to play out their own 2021 Pro Bowl with the official roster and Madden NFL 21. Also, from January 28th through 31st, a trial of the complete Madden NFL 21 experience will be free to players across all platforms, including Stadia, Google's gaming platform that lets players instantly play their favorite video games on screens they already own. EA is launching Madden NFL 21 on Stadia this Thursday, making it the first game developed on the Frostbite engine released on the platform. Madden NFL 21 on Stadia will reach more players where they're playing, adding to the list of platforms where the game is available. After the free trial is over, the game will continue to be available on Stadia. For those who buy it in the Madden NFL 21 Superstar Edition, will be 60% off across all platforms until February 8th. So that's a big deal. I got a question. I'm going to do this. Because they mentioned Frostbite engine. I'm going to put this in there. What engine is Apex Legends built off? I don't think it's Frostbite. It might be Unreal. Oh. I guess there's a Titanfall engine? Am I reading this right? Or is the engine called Source? Okay. Ah, yeah, Source Engine. I never heard of that before. Wow. I wanted to look at that because I wanted to see if this is the first time a Frostbite uh, game is coming to Stadia. I was wondering if they were talking about Apex coming. You know what's another Frostbite game that I wouldn't mind seeing? Now, this is not going to be popular, but I like this. I really do like this game, and I think the game would see some success on Stadia, and that's Anthem. I would really like to see Anthem if they're really serious about bringing Anthem back. I would like to. I would. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I liked Anthem a lot. Um, and I've been meaning to play it again. I know some of us in the Stadia community have been playing it on PC, and I've been meaning to play it too on PC. But if Anthem came to Stadia, that probably would be my number one game. I would love to. Anthem is one. The Dragon Age games is another one. What else is there? There's Mass Effect 3. No, I know Andromeda is one. Let's throw up another one. What engine? I think Mass Effect 3 was Unreal. What engine was Mass Effect 3 built on? I think it was Unreal Engine 3. Okay. But I know Andromeda. What engine was Mass Effect Andromeda? I'm pretty sure Andromeda because that's when EA said Frostbite. Yeah. So I know some of these quirkier games that people are like, oh, MM2K, they failed. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. This is not going to be popular. But you know I'm not here for a popularity contest. Mass Effect Andromeda was not a horrible game. It wasn't. It got dogged out because of the scary animations with the eyeballs and some of the weird looks. But you know another game that had the same thing and it got a pass? Had the exact same thing where the people would be talking, the dialogue options would be delayed, scary eyeballs and that weird supposed to be saliva that was in people's mouths that just creeped me the hell out. I didn't know if I was playing a video game or watching something in Joe Bob Briggs Drive-In Theater. Now I'm telling my age with that one. For those old enough to know what that is, that's an adult themed show that used to come on Cinemax on Saturdays. I didn't know what the hell I was watching. But another game that got a pass was Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn had the same quirky facial animations when you were getting into dialogue choices, that weird saliva. Oh, don't ever do that again. That was weird. It's cringy weird. But they got a pass when Andromeda got pounded for their version of that. So Andromeda is not a horrible. I'm not saying Andromeda is it's like Mass Effect trilogy level. Oh, hell no. But I don't think Andromeda was a horrible game. I think it was a pretty good game. It was solid in a lot of ways. Wasn't bad. I wouldn't mind seeing Andromeda on Stadia. The combination of Andromeda and Anthem, particularly Anthem, I'm just interested to see. Anthem will take up most of my time. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Shout out to the homie Chase in the house. He says, "Happy Monday, MM." SLS Live. I appreciate you, good brother. Yeah, I would love to see Anthem there. And I wouldn't mind seeing Andromeda. What I would really want to see though. Hey, where's Cap at? You know what I really would want to see is I really want to see the Mass Effect trilogy remake come. But that's a moneymaker. See, here's the thing. Stadia community, we got to keep it, like I say, we got to keep it jiggy. We got to keep it honest. When people do remakes, the purpose of those remakes are to generate a lot of money. They're money grabs. See, I hate to have this conversation, but I've had to have this conversation a few times, and a lot of people don't get it. I'm not saying, and I'm not talking about you, fine ladies and gentlemen that are listening now. I'm thinking about those that, you know, don't really frequent here like you guys do and don't understand this. That outside of the developers that love bringing you these experiences at the artistic level, nobody else associated with the business of doing gaming does anything for the culture. Nobody does. So if you think that EA was sitting there like, man, let's do this for the culture, man. You know what I'm saying? Sitting there in a tie-dye shirt, flinging sage all over the room. Come on, man. Let's do this one for the culture, man. They don't care about the culture. They saw how thirsty people are for Mass Effect, and they said, let's do another Mass Effect. The Mafia trilogy, they figured, hey, look, if we do this while things are slow, give people some games at the end of a generation, spruce it up, make it look pretty, we can make some money off of that. And that's why you started seeing all these remakes. People been begging for a Mass Effect remake. Now we see that 4 is coming down the pike. Why not? I think they're being smart about it. Why not remake the trilogy? You know what I'm saying? Let people go through that. And then like in a year, the following year, then you got Mass Effect 4. Oh, yeah, that's another one. Battlefield is too good to be on Stadia. You know what, Amunar, I deserve that one. How the hell did I forget about Battlefield? What is wrong with me? Yeah, Battlefield is another one. I would love that, but see, here's the thing, though. That would be a big test. If they put Battlefield on Stadia, ooh, Stadia would have to. I mean, that's a lot of player play. I don't know. Let's see if the infrastructure's ready. But yeah, I would love to see. Yeah, that's great. That's a great one. How did I miss that one? Battlefield's a great one. But yeah, I think the one that I would really like to see from EA is Mass Effect trilogy. Put that back on there. One of the greatest trilogies in gaming of all time. I know this is not going to be popular. I know why. I don't know why I keep saying that because normally I don't care. But you know, just for the new people to the platform, do y'all understand? This is not a popularity contest here. My favorite one is 3. I know 3 was the most controversial one because how it ended, but it was my favorite one because I understood the ending. There's a little show called Robotech. You guys probably have never seen it. Operated the same way. First arc, it operated in different arcs. There was the first arc that just left you on a cliffhanger. Then there was a second arc that you really didn't understand what the hell it was like in this like real secluded on this planet. And you really didn't even understand what the purpose of it was, right? Kind of made people upset. But then the third arc showed you that these people that you thought were just nobodies were connected to the first arc. And then in the third arc, they show you where the people from the first arc, what happened to them. And it just creates this whole big crazy battle. And the third arc was just fantastic. And everybody was crying and cheering and salivating. And there was world peace again. But y'all get my point. Everybody was happy at the end. That's what Mass Effect was moving toward. I could tell it from the beginning. And in my days of rating old forums, I was talking to this guy who I believe he told me and he showed me some things where he was close to BioWare, and I believe, and he said, yeah, that's what we were trying to do, or that's what BioWare was trying to do. Right? That BioWare was trying to feed off of that whole Robotech vibe, leave you on a cliffhanger, introduce you to something else, and just wrap it all home, with a nice little bow. And people got upset because they didn't like being on that cliffhanger. They wanted a grand finale, a cookie cutter finale. So they were upset and whatever. But I think the gaming part of 3, where you finally saw all of your things come to fruition, you've never seen anything like that in gaming. All your choices from 2 prior entries really coming to fruition. Like, if you want to make it to the Krogan Island or the Krogan world, if you want to play that mission, that Krogan world mission, which is so dope, oh my goodness. You had to do specific things in 1, and you had to do specific things in 2. If you don't do those specific things in 1 and 2, you are not getting to play on that Krogan world in 3. That's groundbreaking. So, and then they took and turned lemons into lemonade. They were told by EA, because EA, remember when EA was on that kick of, if you buy a game used, you can't play multiplayer unless you pay us $10. Like, we'll give you a code. We're going to put this code in our new games. But when people go to resell this game, you can't play the multiplayer portion of this unless you give us $10 so we can activate the multiplayer for you. And it was a slick thing, and it just didn't last, though. But what Mass Effect 3 did is Mass Effect series altogether isn't known for its multiplayer, right? So what they did is they forced you, if you wanted all of the possible endings, if you wanted to have every single ending at your disposal and lose as less people as possible, because people were going to die. There were going to be decisions that were going to be made, and people were going to die. If you wanted to lose as less people as possible, you had to play the multiplayer, because there was this separate scenario called the war. And in the multiplayer was like a PvE type of thing, where you had to go to different planets and battle AI, droves of AI and stuff like that. And that score would go to the overall war score. And if your war score was high, then that opened up the possibilities of you having a better ending, you know what I'm saying, or more robust ending. And at first, people balked at it. I did too. I said, this is horrible, until I played the multiplayer. And my God. I don't do multiplayer, but that was some of the best multiplayer gaming. It made me stop playing the game in my tracks when I finally did it. It made me stop playing the game in my tracks. And I played nothing but the multiplayer for like 6-7 months. That's all I played. Come home every day, play nothing but Mass Effect multiplayer, trying to get high scores and doing this, and being one of those multiplayer gamers that I loathed. Yelling at the screen, calling people, "Come on, dummy, don't do this. You gotta mess up our points." I was addicted to Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. It was fantastic. So, yeah, some great stuff. I would love to see that game come back. We'll see. I'd love to see that trilogy come back. Titanfall 2 was underrated for sure. Absolutely, yeah. Yep. But I think was Titanfall Frostbite? That's another good question. So, yeah, that's where we're at with Madden. Madden's coming to the platform. What do y'all think about it? Let me know in the comment section. All right. So, the last little piece that I want to talk about is, let's see here. All right, so the last little piece that I want to talk about is Journey to the Savage Planet. All right. So Journey to the Savage Planet, which is a game that was developed by Typhoon Studios, right? Now let's switch this up. Let's do everything appropriate here. Oh, not Journey to the The hell happened there? Journey to this sandwich. Oh man. All right, now I think we're ready. Are we ready now to put that up there? All right. Journey to the What's up, Sean L in the house? What's going on, good brother? Good to see you. Good to see you. Squid, it's been a long time, man. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. See you out there putting out that work, man. It's good to see you as always. All right. So, Journey to the Savage Planet is coming the same day that Madden is dropping this Thursday, but it's going to be a pro game. Now, I'm not shocked about that. They bought Typhoon Studios, who developed the game. Now, we know that the director at Typhoon Studios, Alex Hutchinson, had the unfortunate comments that he made about game streaming and all this other stuff that, caused this big controversy, but caused a lot of positive attention for Stadia too, because people didn't even know what the hell Stadia was. But now, the game is releasing, and it's called the Employee of the Month edition, which is, I think, a tongue-in-cheek poke at Alex himself and the problem that he caused Stadia with those comments. So let's do this. Let's read this real quick. Let's read this article and let's give our thoughts on it. Hold on one second, if I can pull it up. All right. So it says, Journey to the Savage Planet arrives on Stadia within a week, free with Pro. And this is courtesy of 9 to 5 Google. As announced last year, Journey to the Savage Planet is headed to Google Stadia, but now we have an official release date. The game is hitting Stadia on January 28th. Arriving on the same day as Madden's NFL 21, Journey to the Savage Planet will be the latest game available for free to Stadia Pro subscribers. The game was developed by Typhoon Studios, which Google acquired last year to help push Stadia games and entertainment in its development of first-party games. On Twitter today, former Typhoon Studios director Alex Hutchinson confirmed that Journey to the Savage Planet will arrive on Google Stadia on January 28th. He claims that the date was previously announced, but as far as we could tell, that's not actually the case. A January launch had been expected for some time, though, and it's great to see. And update, it says, Alex says there's a chance the release is actually February 1st, not January 28th. This would be more in line with Stadia Pro editions, but we'll wait and see. We've reached out to Google to confirm this release date officially, and we'll update the article accordingly upon a response. When the game launches on Stadia this Thursday, will be coming alongside the game's Steam release on PC, notably too. The Stadia version of the game is an exclusive edition that includes all previous expansion content as well as bonus content only found on Stadia. And that is the Employee of the Month edition, which again, I think is a tongue-in-cheek response to the whole Alex Hutchinson, you should pay for, you guys should be paying people to stream their stuff craziness that he had got himself into a few months ago. So I'm excited for this game. I heard so many positive things about this game. I know a lot of people that have Xbox Game Pass that play this game, and they have said nothing but great stuff about this title. So my question to you all is, how excited are you that this game is coming to the platform? Have you played this before? Because again, I hear nothing but great stuff about this game. And if what I'm hearing about this game actually matches the end product, what do you think about, what do you think this means for Google Studios and their first party efforts? I mean, did they make a great pickup here? Great point brought up here. Raven Anime says, yeah, kind of reminds me of No Man's Sky. Absolutely. Absolutely does give me No Man's Sky vibes from what I see. Also said, getting it day one. Alakazam said, played it on Game Pass. What were your thoughts? Your honest thoughts, Alakazam. What did you think about the game? I heard a lot of great stuff, but again, that's that it's subjective. That's subjective. Everybody has their own opinion. I just know that Stadia does need studios. Everybody needs studios. I heard it. Let me run this by you guys and gals, because to me, if this game is actually as good as people say it is, and it just didn't get a lot of buzz and traffic, and Stadia really got them a talented dev team that can put out some good games. I mean, and necessarily not in a AAA fashion, probably, but maybe they could. I don't know. I haven't played this game, and I'm not familiar with works from Typhoon Studios. Is that there's this mantra going around. What is Savage Planet, an indie game? I guess you could call it an indie game. Your Typhoon Studios, I think, was like an indie. I would say like not a AAA game, double A, possibly No Man's Sky type of feel, maybe with some more action in it. But there's this belief, and y'all tell me what y'all think about this, because I just thought this was interesting. There's this belief that if Stadia doesn't pick up studios ASAP, that Stadia might say, and Microsoft ends up picking up more studios than Stadia, that Stadia might say, you know what, this ain't worth it. Now, I'm going to give you my opinion. To me, that's crazy. I heard that from a source that, is a good friend of mine, but unfortunately, this source is too embedded with Xbox. And when you're embedded with Xbox and not having a wealth of information about anything that's happening on the periphery, then you only think two-dimensional. Where cloud gaming is like a 3D, game right now. You know what I'm saying? And what you see with console gaming is two-dimensional. It's doesn't take it to that next stratosphere. If you're still thinking in 2D of gaming, you think that it's solely going to be about exclusive titles. And exclusive titles are going to be important. They're always important. But you don't get, it's about exclusive experiences. Who has the exclusive experience? That really, I apologize for them grinding in the back. Who's going to provide that exclusive experience that's going to enhance my gaming experience so far, whether it's something familiar or something non-familiar? Who's going to enhance it so much that I feel like I got to play said game on this system? I got to play Call of Duty on Stadia because Stadia's version of Call of Duty does this, that, and the other. That's why PCs are so popular. Don't get me wrong, there's PC games to where the content that's exclusive to PC does do well. CS:GO and things like it's the same old games though that do well. But there's a segment of the PC community that simply buy multi-plat games because they know they play better on the PC in a lot of ways. So that's what they do. They could care less about CS:GO or any other games, Valiant. They don't care about those games. They care about playing like Hitman 3 and Call of Duty and, Destiny. They want familiar games and the best output possible. And what Stadia is looking to do is they're looking to merge both experiences. They're not going they're going to give you exclusive studios. Now, are they going to have 15 studios like Microsoft? No, and maybe not. And they don't need them because they're taking that along with the technology that's going to make playing games with them exclusive, give you an exclusive feel. And you're going to have games coming out left and right from the platform that just are, it's going to add so much content to it. Think of Project Chimera. Look that up. So in my mind, before we close, I just want to get your opinion on this. What do you all think about this notion that Microsoft or that Stadia, if Microsoft buys more studios, Stadia and Amazon are just going to say forget it? I don't know about Amazon, but I can tell you about Stadia. Stadia is more than just exclusive studios working on content. They have exclusive technologies that'll turn gaming upside down and will take that experience that title that may be available on different platforms and turn it into a whole new experience. So that's why I think Stadia is a no threat, regardless of how many studios Microsoft buys. If you're thinking in 2D still about how this platform thing works in gaming, yes. But Stadia is thinking beyond the whole 2D realm of this. They're looking at this in 3D. But what do you guys and gals think about that? Tommy says Microsoft can pick up all the studios in the world. It doesn't matter if they can't take the lead and get some awesome games out of it. Greed is the same with all. Shout out to the homie, community member, Stadia Dosage community member, Tommy Rocks 81, with the hip hop quotable of the day, if not damn well, the week or the month. It was so damn good. I'm going to read it damn well again. Damn it. Microsoft can pick up all the studios in the world. It doesn't matter. If they can't take the lead and get some awesome games out of it, greed is the same with all companies. I couldn't agree more. The homie Chase is Medal of Honor. Not saying this ever happens, but I'm a big time Medal of Honor fan. I love Medal of Honor. Alakazam says, I'm very confused on why I can't stream all the games on Game Pass on Xcloud. Xbox lied about that. You have to call up Phil. Phil guy, he gonna have to give us some answers. My homie Goulet, American Goulet says, I think it may not impact Stadia as much as it would Xbox or PlayStation. People pay $500 for the console and they want some first-party titles to make the most out of that investment. That's also a great point. Nah, Stadia not going anywhere, and Amazon focus is different. Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. Well, guys and gals, that was great conversation. I enjoyed it. Thank you so much. We're going to be back here tomorrow with a couple more videos. I'm not sure what we're going to talk about, but we're definitely going to have something to talk about. So stay tuned. Now, if you wouldn't mind, give me about 5 or 10 minutes. I'm going to play a little bit. I got to figure out something. I'm going to play a little bit of, I think I'm going to play some Immortals Phoenix Rising. We'll play a little bit of Immortals Phoenix Rising over on the Stadia Dosage News channel until 5 p.m. And then that'll be it for the remainder of the day. So if you could, just, get your popcorn, go take your bathroom break, get ready. We'll be over at Stadia Dosage News up until 5 o'clock, playing some Immortals Phoenix Rising, all right? And then check me out for the Stadia Bash. I will be doing something, I believe it's 7 p.m. tomorrow, and I got to set that up too. So with that said, I want to thank everybody for coming through. Appreciate all of y'all. Thank you so much. And as always, you have a wonderful, wonderful gaming day. Peace.